Hey guys, this is Gabe here, and this will be the second part of my playthrough of the Legacy of the Cthulhu game. Now, before we continue with Alex the Survivor's second day, I made some little improvements in the module, and I also need some clarifications and corrections, which is I think it's important. So first of all, let's just check the character. It's a little bit improved the character sheet because, as you can see here, there is the three main attributes: the body, the presence, and the mind. Okay, so whenever you're going to roll for a check, you always roll for these three. Okay, among these three, whatever the check it is. Now there are other statistics which comes straight from these main attributes. Example: the hit points are the body plus 5. So as you see, there is Alex hit points are 9. Now the stance is presence plus 5, so now he is 7. Okay, that's important. Now the stance is actually going to determine the result of some kind of a specific interaction with some other characters. Let's say if you want to manipulate someone or convince for something or whatever, then he need to use this presence and stance score. Okay. Now, depends of the success of the test. This stance score can go down. So, example, if Alex, let's say, have an argument with a character and he lost that argument, that his stance score is going down. Okay, that's important. Now, and it's permanently going down until he's getting it back by resting, or if he gets some, let's say, professional help. Same is true for the willpower. I want to explain this to understand exactly how these attributes and different statistics are really very strictly correlated to each other. So the willpower actually is something. It's a very special score, which is the mind plus 5 actually, and this will determine two things. First of all, you can use the willpower to reroll some failed tests, although that's not that so simple, because the willpower is a resource which can, of course, permanently decreased, okay, when you're using it. How you can get it back? Well, after an 8 hour of sleep, you can get back 1 point, okay, 1 point. Again, maybe 2 if you have a professional help. Now, what is that professional help means regarding the stance of the willpower, or again, or actually even for health points? Now, if you have someone who have an expertise, let's say a doctor or whatever, and he have the general knowledge skill, then he can try to help you make a test, and if test is successful, then you might get back, let's say, 2 willpower instead of 1, or 2 HP instead of 1. Now, the willpower, it's very interesting because it's also going to determine another thing. So willpower can be a big advantage, but it can be a big disadvantage as well. So, as you might know, this is a Cthulhu game, so insanity can be easily attained. When you see something which is horrific, which is really terrible, then you need to roll a check, and if you are unsuccessful, then you're going to gain a point of insanity. It's determined by the monster score, actually, the monster stats. So it usually from 1 to even several points. Now, So what happens when you are gaining insanity? So when the insanity score will be equal to your mind score, in this example is 3, then from that point on, every check you are going to roll with a disadvantage, which means you're going to roll 2d10 and you must choose the lower result. Okay, that's important. Now, but here comes the more severe consequence. When this insanity score is reaching and will be equal to your current willpower, then you're going to die. Then it's game over. Okay? So this is why it's so important to really use the willpower to reroll the failure test sparingly. Okay? And if you use that, then you really need to try to get it back as soon as possible. Okay? Example, with the help of medicine, you can get back some health points, or you can actually lose some insanity points. So there are a couple of other things which you can have with that. Okay, so these are the very important qualification, and also the hunger score is important. So every character in the game must consume one ration of food every day. Otherwise, if he not, then he's gaining a hunger point. Okay. Now, as soon as he gains enough hunger point, which will be equal to the body, then it will be again serious consequences are coming, and eventually the character will even can die from hunger. Okay, so you can basically get rid of hunger points by consuming more than one ration. So any extra ration which you're consuming, above the one which you have to anyways, then you're going to lose one hunger point as well. So these are important clarifications what you really need to consider and know. So as you see, I changed the token of my survivor because it's more fitting, I think, for at least for me, for myself. And also, I added a new deck of cards, which I'm going to use for Oracle and things like that. And that is the encounter building card, which have a little bit more detailed yes, no Oracle. So I think that will be better. Okay, so let's just get into that, and here is the second day of Alex. Just a very little recap from the previous episode. Is the first episode. If you didn't see that yet, then I'm trying to link it into the corner up there, and you can first, obviously, you can watch the first episode. So in the first initial episode, actually, Alex was discovered a couple of tiles, this tile in the south and that water tile. And actually, what happened is that in this tile, in this wreckage tile, first of all, he find the parts which he wanted to use for upgrading his current shelter, and plus he discovered a group of hostile survivors who were spreading insanity in the tile and tried to gain more power and ruling other survivors. Now Alex was basically get rid of them, but as just the fight was over, a priest and his 15 psycho followers are just rushed into the scene, and Alex had to run away. Now that's what happened in the first installment. Now, okay, so as we're starting the day 2, again, we are going to start at 6 o'clock in the morning, actually. The survivors are early birds, obviously. Okay. So Alex decided to head out, and what will be the goal? probably for today, of course, to discover more tiles, maybe find some ammo and other survivors. Okay. Now, so the direction which we can go, we can use randomly by the cards, but in this case, I'm going to decide to move into that other ruin style here. Now, as you might remember from the first episode, the first action when you are going to a tile is, of course, to update your journal, because it takes you 1 hour, okay, to reach a new tile by walk. Okay, so if you don't have any, means of transportation, so that is already 7 o'clock, and we are on the ruin tile. Now, let's say first I want to find actually some ammo. So to find some ammo, it actually takes us exactly 3 hours. So if we want to looking for something specific and want to make sure that we're going to find it, then we need to basically spend the necessary amount of time, which is, as I check the table, it's actually 3 hours. Plus, after we spend the necessary amount of time, we need to roll a mind plus investigation check if that search was successful or not. Now, so anyway, okay, so we are searching for ammo, and let's see, it's already 10 o'clock in the morning, and let's say now we're going to check this body plus investigation, mind plus investigation. Now I just a little bit modified the die script here, so just a very slight modification that actually the script will immediately add the current score of that attribute when I'm rolling the die. So as you can see, that's it. We rolled a 10, so it's actually we rolled a 13, so because it's plus 3, so the d10 plus 3. Okay, that's great. So we actually definitely find the ammunition. So, and in case how much ammo we find, that's 1d10. Okay, so we roll 1d10 and we find 7 ammo. That's very, very good. Now, in this case, you need to know that by ammo, it means that it's a magazine. Okay, so the game it's recording that resources in a way like this. So every magazine have 10 shots. Okay, and in this case I find 7. So I'm gonna actually have now 19. Oh, sorry. 19 ammo, which is 19 magazine. So that's very good, because I don't need to bother with that for a while. Now, so after researching and we successfully find the ammo, of course, what we need to do again, so find 7 ammo, we need to roll for the event. Okay, now, so let's roll for the event, and so we are in the ruin style. Okay, so let's see what we got. You find a good resource gathering spot. Roll what you find on table 25. That's awesome. So we are going to roll for a resource. Okay, now, okay. Resource found. And actually, either 1d10 parts, which is not bad, or 1d10 ammo. Okay, let's see what we got. So, okay, that's a 4, so we got exactly 1d10 parts. So let's see how many of them. Okay, we get 10 parts. That's awesome. So we found 10 parts. That's awesome. Okay, hold on. Okay, we found 10 parts. That's great. Now, of course, we need to update that on the character sheet as well. So now we actually have 24 parts, so we slowly need to do something with it, obviously. Now, about next step would be to move to this ruin style here up to the north, and we are going to just update the journal quickly. So, okay, so that is 11. Okay, move it to the ruins tile up north. Okay, that's good. Now, so the question is that what's he gonna do here? Well, let's just try to find some other survivor, and we can check this little rule step here, to find survivors. It took us a certain amount of time, depends on the tile. So that's a wreckage tile. So which means find another survivor will cost us only actually 1 hour. Of course, if we are able to make a successful mind investigation check. So let's see about that. Okay, of course we don't have the investigation skill. Okay, so while that's only an 8, so that was not successful, unfortunately, so we haven't found anyone. We just quickly update this. So now it's 12 o'clock and we have not found any survivors. Now the next step is again, of course, is the event. Okay, and this time we need to roll, of course, on the wreckage tile, obviously. So let's see that one. Okay. You find a water source in a destroyed town square that now serves as a dark priest, profane, soul receptacle. Okay. Well. Let's think about what we're gonna do with here. Of course, I think the first question would be to clarify that if it is maybe anyone around, especially if it's the dark priest, then probably we are going to just run. So, yes. So the dark priest is around, and probably a dark priest is always have some followers with him, which is usually actually a couple of cycles, if I can remember. Surrounded by cultists and psychos. So, okay. Yeah, exactly. So 5 plus D10, 1D10 psychos around the dark priest. So I guess it will be more advisable to Alex to just lay low and try to um, backtrack or move on without, getting any attention. So slowly, just goes among to the ruins and try to hide and try to, just get away from that spot. We will mark that in the uh, map, of course. So let's see. They, of course, I don't think they were noticed us, but to make sure, let's just ask the oracle that did they noticed us yet? No, that's great. So actually, we just need to move on then. Probably, I think I'm gonna go to the north and check what is there. Okay, so let's just see what kind of tile is over there. Okay, that's a coast hex. So, okay, interesting. So, it's fine. Okay, now we need a coast hex. Okay, that's good. So now we are, sorry. Now we're just going to move to that coast hex and make a small update, first of all in the journal and then on the map. Okay, now I just updated the map, so as you can see here, I just added a map node, which is a dark priest, so acceptable. And then, of course, I was updated the journal as well. So basically, we found that dark priest profound solve acceptable, and Alex was able to move unnoticed. And by 1 o'clock, he moved to north and reached another coast area. Now, what we're gonna do in this coast area, actually, we need to try to find again some other survivors. So let's just roll again, mind plus investigation, and remember that took us another hour, actually. I'm sorry, I need to switch back. So great, now let's see. Again, this is only just 6 together with my mind score, so again, we have no luck, so didn't find any other survivor. So, okay, let's just update that one. So that is now 2 o'clock in the afternoon and no other survivors found. Okay, now of course, again, the next step would be to let's see what kind of event that coast style is, presenting to us. So, hope it's not too bad, but we will see. So we need to find the coast event. And that will be, you get to know about something important happening in an adjacent tile. Roll for an important event on table 29. Now, remember, this is exactly that type of side mission, what I just mentioned in the first episode. And now we need to roll for that. That's actually, the rollings come from several different tables. And this comes together as an important event. So let's see. Okay, so first of all, that's 6 abyssal spawns threatening your shelter and awaken evil. That's very interesting. So my shelter is 2 hex away, and 6 abyssal spawns are actually not really very easy opponents, as you can see it here. So they are basically the weakest and most numerous of Cthulhu's offspring. This is the abyssal spawns. It's a grotesque human-fish hybrid from the ocean's murky depths, responsible for terrorizing coastal regions and areas near rivers and lakes. These beings appreciate human flesh and enjoy hunting prey that put up with a fight. Abyssal spawns have developed a taste for mating with humans, allowing the birth of grotesque hybrids. And he have quite powerful attacks actually. So we were not even able to surprise them, of course, because they have this special sonar ability. So, well, I guess I'm just trying to disregard this event, and what I hope for is my shelter will survive that shenanigan. And let's just ask the oracle that I guess my shelter has a good chance to basically survive it, because they're just threatening it. So it's not necessarily, it's a little thing. So let's just ask the oracle. I think it's a straight. I would say it's likely that my shelter will going to survive that encounter. So let's see. And yes, but. Okay, so yes, but I interpret that probably it's suffered some damage, obviously. And I just need to figure out that what is the amount of the damage, actually, because indeed that 6 abyssal spawns can mean as much as 48 damage, actually. So it's 8 damage per, the monster. But I don't think that there was a full attack. So let's say I would say that probably the shelter was received half of this damage, so that will be a 24 damage. So it means that I need to update my shelter defense, so which is now, it's quite ruined indeed. So that's probably only have left like a 16 defense then. Okay, that's no horde attack would be very, handy if it's coming. So that's why I just disregarding actually for the first 5 days the horde attacks, because that can be absolutely lethal actually. So okay then, and well, that was not so very convenient. So I think for Alex would be the best thing to do to basically just move back to the shelter and trying to properly, just measure the damage and trying to make some emergency repairs immediately. Okay, so let's see what we're gonna do. But first, of course, I need to update the journal. Okay, so I just updated the journal that 6 abyssal spawns was seriously damaged the shelter. Okay, so let's see. I think the way we need to go, obviously we need to go back to that wreckage tile first, which is took us another hour, obviously. So, okay. Okay, so back to the wreckage tile, and I don't think we need to spend time to basically find any other survivor or anything like that. I think it's a simple scavenge action will do, which probably cost us only 1 hour, if I can remember. Yeah. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, it's exactly 1 hour. Okay. And we can roll for a random item because we don't need to test this. So, oh, wow. Artifact of Power, table 27. That's awesome. And we find the Amulet of Yig. Okay, so the Amulet of Yig is basically a snake-shaped amulet which protects its wearer from all kinds of serpents and snakes, which will ignore the bearer even if a creature is controlling them. Well, that was a very nice find, so definitely going to add to Alex's inventory. And okay, hold on. Amulet of Yig. Okay, that's great. Absolutely. Now, obviously, we need to put that into the journal as well. So that was really worth to actually that 1 hour. However, it's not very useful yet, but we don't know, of course, when we find it some use. Okay, now what we have left, we need to roll again for an event, obviously, before we move on back to our home tile, and that is a wreckage tile. So let's see. Oops. Wreckage event. Okay, so you came across an enemy attacking another survivor and roll for a violent encounter on table 20. You are not the target and decide what to do. So basically, I'm just witnessing some terrible scene unfolding in front of me. So let's see, it's who is the attacker. And a group of 5 plus 1d10 ghasts. These are actually creatures which are really afraid of fire. So if I would have some Molotov cocktails with me, then I would be really make a short work on them, but not right now. But anyway, I'm going to show you that ghasts, which is some oddworldly creatures, absolutely. And since they have causing insanity, just to seeing them, I definitely at least must roll for the insanity test, and hopefully, basically, we just manage to do it. And definitely, there are too many of them, and I can't do nothing for the other survivor. And well, I'm trying to just move away unnoticed. That's it. It's a quite cruel and unforgiving game, but that's how it is. So let's just roll for the sanity test. So this is actually mind plus survival. So I have survival skill. So obviously I can add +5 to the roll. So hopefully I will be fine, but let's see. Okay, so that's a 9 +2 for the survival skill, so that's 11. So exactly, I'm okay, I'm fine, and I can just basically uh, move on. Okay, now I again need to update the journal. Okay, so as you can see, I was updated the journal. So guys started attacking a survivor. There was too many of them, so I just moved it away. And I already put into the journal that by 5 o'clock we reached the ruin style where our shelter is actually located. I'm not going to risk any kind of action. I'm just simply going to roll for the event, and if all good, we will be back to the shelter. So let's see what kind of event is unfolding here. So I already moved back Alex here. So that's the ruins. Okay. You are here a chance. Make a mind art check. In case of success, you discover it is a part of a ritual to contact a great old one. Wow. Okay. That's not very, very, very good. Okay. So I don't have an art skill, so it's again will be a straight mind roll, which is d10 +3. So let's see. That's only a 5, so that was an unsuccessful roll. So basically just heard some chanting, but wasn't able to identify what is this buzz is about. So Alex just shrugged his shoulder, and then he's just moving back to the shelter, and he's really agitated to do so because he wants to know exactly what kind of damage the shelter was suffering. So that's it for this video by now, and thank you for watching. If you like the video, then please like and subscribe, and of course I'm going to come back soon in a few days probably with the third installment where we find out exactly the damage what Alex was able to do, and then we'll continue the adventure more. Okay, so thank you for watching again. Bye bye.